I'm Breann McGregor. I have like two questions. One of them is, how has COVID affected your life in all aspects of your life? And whatever you feel comfortable with sharing.
Yeah. Man, we were talking earlier about how you felt like you were living COVID before COVID hit. And I can completely relate. I'm talking about on every level. If I start crying, just understand, man, like it's been a rough past few years and it's like, this is good, man. So my story is back in 14 or like 13 or whenever Trayvon Martin and like Michael Brown and all that stuff was going down, man. Like it seemed like every other weekend or every other week, somebody was getting shot up on the freaking internet, man. And it was like just blasted everywhere, man. And you could just see it all over the place. Wherever you turn, it was just there. Because here it is, I'm trying to like walk through this life and figure it out. And then it felt like I had no resting place. Like I couldn't get it from the outside. I couldn't get it from the home. And it just was like everywhere I went, it was just bad, yo. Until like it got progressively crazier on an individual level. And then when COVID hit, it's the weirdest thing. It felt like everyone now feels like what I'm feeling.
Oh my God, that is so me. And oh my God, that is so crazy. So crazy.
Like, you get it now. Oh, now you feel like the world is coming to an end. Oh, now you feel like you're going to die at any moment.
Dude, oh my God. I told my husband before Trump became president, I remember telling him that year, I said, we're going to have a civil war. And he's like, no, we're not. And I said, we are. I don't know how we're going to have it. I don't know how it'll come about, but I know we're going to have to pick a side. We're going to have to pick the East or the West. He's like, whatever. And my friend's like, Breann, come on, you're crazy. And I'm like, I have this feeling, I don't know what it is, but like, we're just going to have to pick a side. And I know that regardless of whatever it is, I just would want to be close to my family. And then this happens, and I'm like, I told you, 𝗺ście.
Told you.
I didn't know how it would happen, but I knew, and not that a civil war or that we'd have to pick a side in the sense of like literally doing it like that, but I just knew that we would end up we would be in one place or the other and not be able to get back for a while. And I just find that so fucking crazy that I said that, and I said it over and over again. And he's like, you're letting yourself just go on. And I'm like, no, it's so weird. And then when it hit, I'm like, what the flick? Yeah. And then I'm like, I don't want to tell anybody that I felt like this or said this, because they're going to be like, come on. But I'm telling you, I mean, and then it feels.
You had me on.
It's weird. It's honestly the time to self-reflect. And, I'll say one thing and I'll let you talk. It's like, I do not want to lose myself to COVID when I have been struggling for the last couple fucking years. I'm like, fuck you, COVID. I'm not going to let you get the best of me and take me down. I have been freaking getting up and dragging myself each day. This is the time when we need to get together. Like, we should always be together, but like, if anyone like feels and sees what's going on now, like, we should all know that we are connected and we should help one another. Like, this is not a time to fight, and it is so sad. Like it. So I totally feel you on the level of feeling alone for the years before COVID, was and I still do sometimes. I mean, every day it's a daily fight, it's a struggle, but you just have faith. I have faith in knowing that it's going to be all right. I don't know how it's going to go, but I have faith that whatever's meant to be will be. So
I'm at the point where after it hit and after the initial shock of what is going on, we had moved from Bakersfield and moved to the East Coast. And
what year was that? Because that was
we moved in 18, and then then COVID hit this year. But while we were out there, we were going through turmoil, we were going through it. I was going through it. My son was going through it. My wife was going through it. The Mackey family in Virginia was going through it, and it was like all bad. And then when it hit, it felt like we were together. It felt like we were together after, and then I don't know, man, it just eroded. And it made it to where we either going to, like you said, pick sides, whether we're going to fight or not fight, or, it's a lot. It's just a lot going on, man. And it's it's good, it's bad, but it's good. It's just weird, man. So long story short, man, I drove back, scratch that, reverse it. While COVID was going on, I was working at a retirement home so I was an essential worker from the beginning of the whole thing. So when it was going down, I was able to get out of the house and do things and cook and be with people and, watch the world, which is a double-edged sword, man. I don't know, it's cool to be able to get out, but then you're watching the streets go empty.
Wow.
And you're watching just no cars on the street, and you're watching checkpoints getting put up, and you're like, is this Handmaid's Tale jumping off right now?
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I was thinking the same thing. Are they onto something? Were they trying to give us a heads up?
They were giving us a heads up. Is this the prequel to Handmaid's Tale jumping off? It's weird, dude. It just feels, everything you're saying, I feel it intensely, because it's you don't want to, and then I was going to say earlier, you brought me on here because God, the universe, everything that is, knows that what you're saying is true, man. People, we need each other, dude. There's a soul family, there's a soul awakening that is going on as we speak. And people are picking their sides from within. From within, they're picking whether they're going to be a good person or a bad person. And bad people are going to keep on being bad. They're going to keep on being self-centered. They're going to keep on being. And the good people who want to be good are going to work those things out, man. They're going to work those things out until it's completely out. And it's going to be that. It's going to be a lot of that. And if everyone's going to, at the end of the day, everyone is going to be made perfect. I'm a firm believer that at the end of the day, everyone is going to be made perfect, whether they're going to be all bad or in all good, because we can't live in an all good world, and we can't live in an all bad world either. The people's energy, there has to be some type of yin and yang for the whole thing to move. But just the internal yin and yang that's going on within us all is becoming very much so polarized. The goods are hanging with the goods, and the bads are hanging with the bads. Yeah. And it's just and I'm hoping and praying that those that have the righteous spirit and the good, man, are doing like you're doing, taking care of themselves, eating right. I haven't had a drink, Bree. I haven't had a drink in I don't know how long, 100 and some odd days. And that's good for me, considering I was drinking every day. When this thing first jumped off, I was drinking every day, every night, at least two bottles of wine, along with whiskey and whatever else was around, hanging out, beer, it doesn't matter. But, and then, after, I know what happened, the kickoff to it, but just realizing that you're not going to win if you don't take care of your body right now. You got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your mind. You got to take care of your spirit right now. All of it has to be done right now. So COVID how I've been able to stay focused is just waking up every day, knowing where I've come from, and knowing that, just like you said, man, it's been rough, but it's not rough in this moment right now. That
is true.
in this moment right now, I have a guitar in my hands. That's a luxury. I have shoes on my feet. That's a luxury. I have a beautiful fan that's blowing cold, clear air. That's a luxury. I have a lot of things I have air in my lungs. That's a luxury. We're alive. So in these moments that we could just hold on to and like just grasp and not think about tomorrow, because frankly, who knows?
Who knows? But I mean, at the end of the day, if COVID has taught us anything, it's to be present, because we don't even know.
Yes.
Like by worrying about tomorrow and trying to control the future, you can't. If COVID has shown anything, I thought we were just going to go on a trip and we come home and we find, it'd work out. I didn't know a global pandemic, which right. And it's crazy. It is just, honestly, it is something that is so hard to even wrap my mind around completely, because I'm still, every day I wake up and I'm like, I got a trampoline. My mom surprised me with a trampoline. I just wanted one really bad. So I have it in the room, and I was just jumping, and I'm like looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I am 35 years old and I am jumping on a trampoline in my grandmother's house. Like and it's a global pandemic. So I'm like jumping. I see the storm brewing outside, and I'm almost picturing myself like as if I were on the outside looking at a globe.
Yes.
Got this thing going on, and you're just like, what the fuck
is going on?
Just this, it's really crazy times. It is, and but I will say, what's helped me is by talking to my friends. Social media, I really just try to stay away from it, because every single time I get on, I mean, every year I seem to have distanced more and more and more away. And if it's not authentic, I just can't post it. I don't like to fake something. It just doesn't feel right. And so I won't post, and I'll go in, I'll like a couple things or whatnot, and then I just get the fuck out. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this. This isn't, no. And it's weird.
Do you do this like you said authentic? Like I'm scrutinizing myself. Am I trying to be authentic in this moment right now? Am I trying to be authentic? And if I feel like I'm trying to be, I don't say nothing, just because it goes right along with that fake stuff, dude. You could try to be authentic so hard that you're not even being authentic anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
I completely hear you. Completely.
Yeah. Since doing this, I will honestly say that I have been myself when I'm speaking with you right now, while speaking with you, while speaking with all my friends. That's how I know in my heart I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Just keep doing this, Bree. I don't know if it's for you, who this is for, what this is for, but just keep doing it.
There's nothing dude, what you're saying is touching my soul, because I needed to hear it. It gets under my skin. It makes me feel like,
I feel like we're not connected. Like, I look at everybody and I'm just like, you go out before COVID and everyone's like this. And I'm just like, when I go anywhere with my husband, I leave my phone. I never have it on me. It's off. It's like, or it's in his pocket. I don't know, because I want to be in that moment. And I know that if I've got this, I ain't going to be there. So when I'm there, I'll be all there, and everyone around me is like this. And I'm just like watching everybody just breathe, like watch their chest go up and down. So I'm living in the moment, like, okay, this is what it looks like when you're out to eat and people like slurp, make noises and click clack. There's no conversation. It's all like, oh my God, someone posted this. And I'm just like, I don't care. Like, dude, I really don't give a shit. It's just like, I feel like this truly needed to happen, because I was like, when is the world going to wake up? But then I don't know if, like, I can't get in with the TikTok thing. I really can't.
No.
I just, it's, and for me, it's not even about, I just want to, if I put anything out there, I want it to be because it's coming from my heart. It's going to make people truly happy. I'm not going to put something up that is like, I want to share what I'm going through, because that's the kind of things that people need to hear. They need to hear the real things, like what's real right now. Like,
Yeah.
All this like, oh, look at so-and-so living the life during COVID. That's a fucking lie. It's not
It's a
happening.
lie.
It's not happening.
No. I'll say this. I had gotten to the point where death did not scare me anymore. Where I was like, if I'm going to go, I'd rather go on my terms, trying to be a better person, trying to be a better person. I was turning into something I did not want to be. I felt myself legitimately turning into something I did not want to be. I felt myself becoming something I did not want to be.
Did you ever feel for 1 second, like, for instance, I got to a point where before starting to do this, it was like, if I get cancer or if I get COVID and I'm going to die, let me die. That's God's way of wanting me to leave. Like that, I was like, do not help me. It's almost like I wanted to go. Like it was better off leaving here and going home than being here where I feel this is hell.
Yeah. I felt like I can't tell you how many times I stayed in bed wishing it was my deathbed and wishing that I was gone, dude. Wishing that I was gone, man. Because I felt like it would be better if I were gone, like just out. Just like you said, like if I got cancer or if I got sick or something, or if I broke out in hives over some bull crap, man. And I was like, oh, dude, I could hear the demons in my head telling me that it's time to go. Just get sick and die. Just get sick and die. Just get sick and die.
It
felt like that. No.
It's like a constant battle up there.
Until what made the fight real was me taking action and me, just like you said, leaving and being like, I'd rather go. And in all of it, I was scared. In all of it, I was scared. In all of it. I remember before I left, I begged my wife. I said, dude, don't you want to stop me? That's what I was looking for. I was looking for somebody to stop me. Like, get me to think. But God knew what was up, man. And put that fiery tongue on that woman and said, you'll be all right. And I said, all right, cool, dude. And then I got in the car like a little vagabond, dude, like a little stick and a handkerchief full of clothes, and went into the car and drove. And I'm scared. I'm still scared, man. I called her again. I said, dude, if you told me to turn around right now, I would. She's like, no, you got to do what you got to do. And I was like thinking to myself, that's it, dude. Like, that's it. Like, if I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? I have to do it now. Because God is showing me that where I was is not good and where I'm going can't be any worse. It can't be any worse, dude. It can't be any worse. How could it be worse? Then it's the same COVID, no matter where it's at. Might as well freaking go cross that river of mystery and find out and be aware.
And be aware of your surroundings
and be aware of the path that is unfolding in front of you. At every given step, your steps are ordered. Just like you said earlier, like no matter what, it's going to be all right. You know that. So you're walking by faith. You don't know where your steps are going. I don't know where my steps are going, but I'm running. At first I was walking timidly, like, and like trying to like walk by faith and taking like little baby steps. Now I'm galloping like a full-on
like a gladiator, just running
like a gladiator.
Like
like 300.
Yeah, right?
Trying to, and every time I think I've overstepped, God puts a freaking brick and says, you're fine. And I'm just like, yeah, that's a good way to do it, man. And that's exactly what happened. So I landed in Bakersfield, man. I had no plan. I had planned on going back and getting my stuff and going back and setting up shop and being like, okay, I got it out of my system. I'm fine. I'm ready to work it out. I'm ready to do whatever. Man, I talked to my mom, and that's a whole nother story, man. I had so much, because I've been soul searching for a long time, man. And I had a lot of stuff that I was just going to unload and just let her know. And then when I saw her, that changed, man. You know what I mean? Because who am I to tell anybody how I'm feeling when somebody else is already feeling what they're feeling? So I don't want to unload. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to bring up any type of nothing, man. I just looked at her with love and compassion and was like, dude, forget about it. I remember calling her on the way in. I said, Mom, we got to talk. And she was like, all right. And then when I saw her, I was like, it's not that serious, dude. It's not that big of a deal, man. Like, we're here now. And I became aware. I was aware of where my path was going, and that wasn't the place or time. And anyway, she told me about a friend of mine who was running a program or worked for a program that was helping out veterans in this time. And praise the Lord, man, I did my time and it's paying off. Bree, I can't even tell you, man, like, just like you said, for the longest time, I felt like I was a loser. I felt like I couldn't do anything right. I felt like I was good for making babies and taking care of them. That's it. I felt like I was just an object. I felt like, and I couldn't say it because guys don't talk about that. That's cool. You got a hot wife. It's cool. You must be having a great time in your life. No, bro, I'm living in hell because I'm dying slowly every day. And
That's
it's like,
how I feel now in my own life.
mm-hmm.
Literally, like, that's how I feel. I feel every day like I'm not worth it, or I'm not worth to, like, I don't know where to go. Like, I want to work, I want to do something, but I just know that I don't belong where I'm at. And it's almost like there's a part of me that's, I'll just hide in these four walls and I don't care. If I just, but that is how but I don't have kids. You know, in my head, I think, oh, if I had kids, then it would hold me accountable. I'd feel different. But I'm so thankful. I don't know how, like, you know, I know it's hard. Can't say I know because I don't know, but I can't imagine. I can't fathom what it's like to go through a pandemic, having kids. And I can barely take care of myself, you know, and it's you know, it's hard. And I feel like my husband and I are just coexisting. We pass each other. And I pass my mom. Like, we're all in our own world up here. And we're just, like, navigating in the house. We're all safe. But I don't know what he's thinking. He doesn't know what I'm thinking. And it's just one of these things. And I know that this is not where I belong. And I feel like by staying inside, I still feel like I'm in Los Angeles because I haven't accepted the outside. So in my head, if I stay in here, if I walk out there, it's LA. It's so fucking weird. I know it sounds crazy, but
no, it doesn't. No, it does not. That does not sound crazy. That sounds like what is going on in most people's minds. We are living in our own world, and it's not reality. It's nowhere near what is real. We're all living in our own made up world. We are. And when and just like when stuff like COVID happens and this huge thing that goes on, it jolts us into recognizing where we are. And it's the truth. What you're feeling, it resonates with a lot of people because that's exactly how a lot of us feel. We're all trapped in our own world, and now is the time.
Go on.
No, go.
I've told my husband all the time, even before COVID, I used to say, you know, you're lucky because you can get away from me. I can't. I am always with me. I try to get away from just the thoughts that don't ever stop. And I have music on, or I'll have the TV on. I always need noise on to try to distort up here, or I'll read something. But I've noticed that since talking, I've been at nighttime, I don't need to take a sleeping pill. I've had to take a sleeping pill every single night because my brain would work over and over again, thoughts, but I wasn't getting tired. The exhaustion was just mentally thinking or whatnot, but the only way to stop that was the sleeping pill. And now by just talking to my friends and slowly getting myself out of this hole that I have just it's been inevitable by the way I've, it's just been a snowball effect, because it just, the choices have just kind of choices and not, but whatnot. I've gotten myself to where I'm at, and I take full responsibility of that. Absolutely. But while I'm here and I'm trying to get out of it, I've noticed that since talking with, I need to learn time management. I don't even have time to think anything negative, because I'm talking about the good things, or I'm listening to someone else tell me how they feel. And that to me is like, that it helps me to like, okay, this is how this person implement this into their life, and what can I do, or what advice can I get? And that's where I'm at. And I feel like I'm getting out, but I'm actually, it's like I started this, I want to say on the 31st of August. And I've like slept the last 2-3 nights without a sleeping pill. And it's been I'm like legitimately tired. And it's not because of my thoughts. It's because I'm like, okay, I need to get up.
Right.
And I'm setting a structure, and it feels really good, because I feel like, I know we can't control anything, but we can control how we view things. And I want to just, I think what I need to do right now is just be easy on myself, because I know that I'm really hard on myself, but to like, I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes. My husband's going through his own thing. I'm going through my own thing. If I take care of me, hopefully that is what he's doing. And hopefully we meet up if it ever happens. If not, I know that I'm content with moving forward, because I'm content inside with myself. As far as what I'm going to do, I have no clue, but that's again that would be me trying to control, what am I going to do? And then you worry. And then that's the worry that, the therapist is like, live in this moment, like with you and I talking right now, like, don't worry about what you're going to do. It'll come. And I have faith that it's going to come.